Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal newly widowed Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, is in for a shock. Doug Williams, Bill Hayes, is barely in the ground and she sees him. It would seem that Ghost Doug, or more likely, Angel Doug, comes down for a heavenly visit to comfort his grieving wife. Days of Our Lives spoilers, from a devil to an angel. Viewers will remember a few years back when it was Doug who the devil inhabited first, when Doug suddenly did inexplicable and devilish things like locking Julie in the restaurant freezer. In September 2021, Doug started behaving strangely. He forgot Tom and Alice's Courtons, McDonald Carey, Francis Reed, names, mixed up Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, with John Black, Drake Codestin. Doug then spoke with Marlena Evans, Dieter Hall, about his memory issues. When she asked why he thought he locked Julie in the freezer by mistake, Doug replied it was no mistake. It was learned the devil had possessed Doug shortly after his visit with Marlena, then turned her into Mardeville, and then went from family member to family member like a virus. Is it any wonder that Julie's first response to seeing Doug is panic that the devil got into his body, like he did with her late nephew Nick Fallon, Blake Barris? DOL spoilers. Doug's comforting words, but will Julie believe them? The Doug doppelganger apparition speaks comforting words to Julie, in an attempt to convince her he isn't Devil Doug, he's Angel Doug, and he's watching over her and the family. It's a very short visit, however, but he finally convinces her that the devil didn't get into his body. There's no red glowing eyes, just a soft glow. He didn't expect to lie down for a lap and find himself waking up in heaven, but he saw his grieving wife and family. He knew he had to ask the heavenly powers that be for permission for an earth visit, at least to Julie, even though it's only a short time he's allowed. Julie finally calms down and realizes he's telling the truth and mentions his grandsons come to town. But then, he's gone just as suddenly as he appeared. Peace in the midst of grief. After Angel Doug's brief visit, Julie finally has peace in the midst of grief, and indeed, that was his mission and reason the heavenly higher-ups allowed it. She realizes that was his way of saying, see you later, not goodbye forever. But she decides to keep the heavenly visitation to herself, because her family might worry she's gone off the deep end with her grief. Julie doesn't even tell Marlena, even though Marlena could tell her that seeing recently deceased loved ones is a normal part of the grief process. Mentally, it's a stage of grief called denial, but spiritually, it gives the grieving person hope.